almost all these countries we have some relationship with in relation to gender equality and social inclusion. So those interactions will definitely help us to bring in more partnerships. We need to now also look at mobilizing resources, particularly institutionalized within ADB support to WePOWER, along with, of course, as I said, our other similar activities which we have already undertaken under gender equality and social inclusion. Also, I think it's important that we think of WePOWER strategic partnering with other institutions which have outreach to international utilities, other utilities in the region and internationally, of course. In addition to that, we need to look at getting other institutions like IRENA, IEA, and also look at maximizing our partnership with IEEE and TGRE, those institutions, and also expanding our future networks with academic institutions. We have quite good interaction with a lot of academic institutions in the region. We should look at expanding these networks so that we will get more partnerships. And on the knowledge side, ADB has a strategic focus on introducing advanced technologies as a cross-cutting theme in the energy sector. In keeping with this, we conducted a renewable energy technology audit, now followed up with finalizing a working paper on community energy resilience in Bangladesh. And we are going to do a pilot in Bangladesh and come up with this knowledge work. I am sure we can build on this along with obviously existing WePOWER studies. With these few words, let me once again thank all of you for your presence here and the support provided in various ways to make this event a success. From ADB side, I wish to thank obviously the World Bank, SMAP, and OSAID for their support for making this event so successful. I consider this to be one of the most successful events we have had here. It's great to see this. Of course, I wish to thank my colleagues led by Francesco for their enormous efforts towards this event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Priyanta. I think in addition to that, we are committed to write a little bit of a work plan with the major range of activities led by my team, who's hiding in that corner of the room, Nashiba Salim, Nidup Chering, and Sudarshan and Prabchot Khan. So Suman Suba as well from Nepal. So rest reassured that we will deliver on that. Now, Demetrius from the World Bank Group.
Thank you very much. And let me first of all start by thanking you all for traveling all the way to Manila. I know that some of you came from further away with long flights, and you're going to have to take a long flight back. So thank you very much for taking the trip, spending the 2 days very diligently, and participating in everything. I have to say that one of the most heartwarming things about this event is the honesty and the depth of the contributions that you made. And let me back up a little bit on why we are all here, first of all. And I think Claire did a very good job of reminding us that the reason we're here is because we all want to contribute into getting better energy access to the people of South Asia. There are literally hundreds of millions of people in South Asia who still do not enjoy proper electricity access, modern energy access, clean cooking. We have a long way to go. And what we understand very deeply is that we can be more effective in achieving our target of improving energy access and improving energy services for hundreds of millions of people across South Asia if we bring more women into our sector. This is why we're all here. This is how it all started. And again, I have to thank Bozina, Celia, who were among the core people when we were designing how we're going to approach this. And we had these good discussions about, so how did you come in the sector? And again, I very much appreciated all the stories that you've been sharing on how you ended up in doing STEM studies, how you stuck with it. the choice of spouses that some of you had to make so that you can stay in the sector. I think these are all incredible stories. And again, what comes as a key message for all of us is that we need more women to get the results that we want to have for the energy sector in South Asia. So that is the why we're here. And it's important that we keep this in mind. And again, thank you, Claire, for reminding us that when we talk to girls, when we talk to students, is that there is a big mission and a big target here. This is why we're here. Now, so how do we do that? And how do we do more of that? So I think, first of all, I think it is quite an achievement. And again, I have to thank the Asian Development Bank and our colleagues here for organizing this so wonderfully and so efficiently. This is the second forum we have, and it is a success that we have it. I have seen so many initiatives doing a first event and a first big splash, and then they petter away and they fade out. We made it to the second one. And I am very convinced that we're going to have a third one as well. And I have been trying to send various feelers to people so that we select a very nice place for the third one as well, so that you all will want to come and participate and bring more people as well. So I think part of the strength of a network is to maintain it. And we made it all the way to the second one, so we need to all work together and get to the third one. It is important that our website will become live. And we are in the 21st century. You all are very well connected on the internet. Let's stay connected. We will try to organize WebEx events. We will try to stay in touch virtually until we figure out where we do the third event and how we organize the sponsorship of that third event. I think we all have a mission, primarily on our side in the bank, to communicate back to the donor community how much has been achieved here. And just a few highlights that come to mind. I mean, the work that our colleagues in Bhutan have done in the last 12, 15 months, how they went from having basically no particular policy on gender to getting full level accreditation on policies, targets. I mean, well done. This is just fantastic. And I think the real value of that is that you showed that this can be done, so everybody else now has a target to follow. So if this can be done in Bhutan, for sure many others can do it. And WAPDA, incredible progress in Pakistan, KL, fantastic identification of the challenges on creating a pipeline. Tata Power is one of the leading lights in best practices in the region. And we're also happy to have you here. Incredible to see the commitment in Bangladesh. We have some way to go in the Maldives, but we agreed that we're going to work on it on our next project. And we're moving all in the right direction. Nepal, Afghanistan has been incredible stories coming from such challenging environment for girls and women in Afghanistan to have one of the highest percentages of participation in women in our sector. I mean, what an incredible story that is. So I have to say that I feel very optimistic. I mean, when we started this, we all wanted to do it, but I have to admit, and Maria Beatriz and Gunjan know very well, that we all had, the doubt in our hearts. And it's so nice that, this doubt has really kind of moved away. All this fog of doubt has moved away. We're all here. This has been extremely valuable. I think we all get encouragement from one another by seeing that progress is possible. It can be done. What I also find quite remarkable is that the leadership is here and wants to do this. I mean, Guang is sitting here listening to us. We had the vice presidents here participating and opening the sessions, and everybody says that they want to see this go on and move forward. So I think a lot of good things come in place. Now, we have a long way to go as well. There's no question about it. I mean, the percentages are still way too small, and we need to do better, and we will do better. I think we need to take the long-term view. It will take maybe a few years until we get to 33%, 40%. It might take a little bit of time. But the important thing is to maintain the direction. And one recurring theme that was here was about role models and how all of you and all of us have been influenced by the right role models that bring us where we are. I mean, don't forget that you are all the role models for many, many others. And again, I want to thank you for making the commitment and being these role models going forward. Now, what is some practical steps that we need to work on together? I think, please, as role models, when you get back to your utilities, tell them a couple of things, that they need to sustain this network. We're still, at the early stages. It's very tender shoots, green shoots coming up. They need to be sustained so that they grow into trees. So please, when you talk to your colleagues in the utilities, to your bosses, we need more resources. Think about both the human resources, their time and energy, and to the extent we can, financial resources for WePOWER. From the bank side, we will be here, but we need to be doing much more, so we need everyone's help. So that's one thing that you need to take back. We discussed about how we're going to move forward over the next few months so that we stay in touch virtually and with other events. And I think from our side in the World Bank, we commit that we will maintain the interim secretariat of keeping things together and keeping things going as much as we can. So again, thank you so much for taking the time, for staying here for all these 2 days. Well done. This has been great. We still have a long, long way to go. And the more we stay together and we help each other and we get encouragement from each other, the more chances we have to succeed. And as Bozina correctly said, I mean, yes, we will have some failures, but it doesn't matter. We'll try again. And I think, please keep this in mind. I mean, let's keep it going. Even if there are setbacks, even not everything happens immediately, it's fine. We will keep on going. And I think I am optimistic that in the next few years, we'll get the numbers in place and we will see more percentages. I also got permission from everyone now, I think, here that we can put some conditionality on our programs that, when we do energy sector projects in our countries, we will insist that, there are some targets and some specific policies to help the gender issues to promote. And these are actually family issues. It's not just gender issues. So we can do better and we will do better. I have to say it's the first time that we do something jointly with ADB on gender. And it's great that we start on this one. So at least both of us, we can go and insist on these types of targets and conditionality. So again, thank you all very much. Thank you to Gunjan, Maria Beatriz, Francesco for running the show so well. And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much. I believe it's time for coffee, Francesco, but you might want to...
No, that's enough for closing. So coffee is the best way to close, I guess. Till 4:45, steering committee back here. 4:45. I'm getting known for numbers. Actually, I am known for numbers. No, c'est relativement précis.